Yeah, guys, we'll take one more example for priority scheduling algorithm. Whenever they give arrival time, so whenever they give arrival time, I'll use this column: completion time, turnaround time, and waiting time. Only whenever they give arrival time. Okay, so non-preemptive I'll solve first. Okay, so you can just see here arrival time, burst time, and the priority of the process I've given 10, 20, 30, 40, and by default I have just taken least number is given the highest priority. Least number is which one here? 10. That is given the highest priority. So I'll just go with non-preemptive first. Okay, so non-preemptive. So ultimately, whenever they give arrival time, you need to start with what? Whichever process arrival time is 0, you need to start with that itself. So non-preemptive means it has to execute the complete time. So 0, which is a process that came P1. How many seconds here? 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Next, P1 completed. Next, I need to check which is having more priority in this particular table. Obviously, P2 only it is having 20. See, next priority is what? 20, less number. So, how many seconds here? It need how many seconds? 4 seconds. So, 5 plus 4 is how much? 9. Next is P3. Time is how much? 2 seconds. So, that is 9 plus 2 is, that is how much here? 11. Okay. Next, it is 40. That is P4. It needs how many seconds here? 1 second. That is your 12. That's it. So guys, don't get confused. So burst time is here. You need to add this only. Sometimes you will add this and sometimes you may change the column. So just go with your burst time wherever it is there. Now completion time. P1 completion time is how much here? 5. P2 is how much? 9. P3 is 11. P4 is 12. P4 is 12. Turnaround time. Completion time minus arrival time. 5 minus 0 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. 11 minus 2 is 9. 12 minus 4 is 8. This is your turnaround time. How to calculate your waiting time? I have just written on the board. Turnaround time minus burst time. So turnaround time minus burst time. 5 minus 5 is 0. 8 minus 4 is 4. 9 minus 2 is 7. 8 minus 1 is 7. That's it. And how to calculate average waiting time? P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 divided by 4, number of process. So waiting time 0 plus 4 plus 7 plus 7 divided by 4. That is 18 divided by 4. That is 4 for 16 to carry 24 7. So 4.7 milliseconds. Next, average turnaround time. Average turnaround time, here you can see. So 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 divided by total number of processes how much? 4. So just I'll use calculator to calculate. Okay, I'll get 30 divided by 4. 30 divided by 4. That is how much I'll get is 7.5 milliseconds. 7.5 milliseconds. So here it is 4.5. I'm sorry, 4.5. Hope you are clear with this. Okay, so this is your non-preemptive. I'll explain next is your preemptive scheduling algorithm. Yeah, next we'll go with the preemptive priority. We start with 0. I said whenever they give preemptive, it's going to shift from one process to the other process. Preempt from one process to the other process. So I need to execute from 0 to 1 second, 1 to 2, 2 to 4. Then I'll go with normal non-preemptive priority. So first, which is the process came at first 0 second is your P1. Will execute until what? Will execute until your first second. So P1 process can execute for 1 second. So assume your P1 process is having what time? 5, and priority is what? Priority is 10, and this is your burst time. So if it has executed 1 second, remaining is how much? 4. Hope you are clear with this. Okay, next. Now this is at 0 second. At 1 second, which all process can execute? P1 can execute and P2 can execute. P1 is having what time? 4. What is the priority? 10. P2 is having, what is the burst time is? Again it is 4, and the priority is what? 20. Among this, which is having more priority? P1 itself, 10. To make it what? To make it 2 seconds. To make it 2 seconds. Okay, which all process can execute is P1, P2. If I am going to execute 2 seconds, how many seconds it has to execute is 1 second. So remaining is how much here? 3. So P1 again until 2 seconds it is going to execute. Now at 2 seconds, which all process can execute? P0, P1, P2, P3. P1, P2 and P3. And what is the burst time and what is the priority? Okay. It is having how many seconds? 4. Priority is 10. P2, sorry, here P1 is how many seconds left out is 3 seconds, sorry. Okay. P2 is how many seconds? 4. Priority is 20. P3, burst time is 2 and priority is 30. At 2 seconds, which is having more priority, again it is P1 itself. Again it's which one here? P1 itself. To make it what? To make 4 seconds. To make 4 seconds, your P1 has to execute how many seconds? Yeah, 2 seconds. If it's going to execute 2 seconds, remaining is how much? 1. So your P1 will execute for 2 seconds to make it what? 4 seconds. Hope you are clear. At 4 seconds, which all process can execute? Your P1, P2, P3 and P4. What is the burst time of P1 left out is 1, P2 is 4, P3 is 2, P4 is how much? It is 1. I am going to check with priority. 10, 20, it is 30 and it is 40. Which is having more priority again? Again it is P1 itself. So no more process comes after 4 seconds. So I will go with non-preemptive priority. So first this it will execute. So P1 how many seconds here? 1 second it was there. P1 completed. Hope you are clear. Next P2, P3, P4 left out. Which is having more priority? Your P2. How many seconds? 4 seconds. So P2 will execute for 4 seconds. So it becomes what? 9. Next higher priority is what? P3. So how many time it is having? 2 times. So P3 will execute for 2 seconds. So 9 plus 2 is how much? 11. 9 plus 2 is how much here? 11. And remaining process is your P4. It needs 1 second. So P4, 1 second if it executes, it becomes what? 12. That's it. Hope you understood. Okay. Now completion time. P1 you can just check it out. Here it is. Towards right, whichever it is, I need to consider that one. Here it is there. One more. Okay. Towards right, whatever it is, I need to consider. So P1 waiting completion time is how much? 5. P2 here it is there. Completion time is 9. P3 it is 11. P4 it is how much? 12. P4 it is 12. Same way turnaround time. 5 minus 0. Completion time minus arrival time. 9 minus 1 is 8. 11 minus 2 is 9. 12 minus 4 is 8. Waiting time. Turnaround time minus burst time. 5 minus 5 is 0. 8 minus 4 is 4. 9 minus 2 is 7. 8 minus 1 is again it is 7. So average waiting time 0 plus 4 plus 7 plus 7 divided by total number of processes. How much? 4. That is 18 divided by 4. You will get 4.7 millisecond. 4.7 millisecond. For non-preemptive also you got the same thing. And average turnaround time. 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 divided by 4. I'll just calculate how much I'll get. Again it is 30. 30 you will get 30 divided by 4. You will get the same thing. It is 7.5 millisecond. It is what? 7.5 millisecond. Yes guys, this is your priority scheduling algorithm. For which one? For your preemptive. Okay. We'll take one more example. Thank you. We'll take one more example for your priority scheduling algorithm. So it is easy for calculating non-preemptive. Straight away I'll go with preemptive. And here I'll give the question: higher number or larger number is given highest priority. Is given highest priority. Larger number is given highest priority. You can just see in this column. Okay, 4, 2, 6, 3. Largest number is which one? 6. So this is given first priority, second priority, third priority, fourth priority. But whenever they give arrival time, so what you need to do is you need to execute the process arrival time 0 until what? Second process arrival time. So you can just see here the second process arrival time 3. Your P2 and P3 is having the same thing. We'll just check it out what exactly it can be calculated for preemptive. Okay, at 0 second, at your 0 second, which process can execute is P1 process can execute. It is having burst time of 6 and priority is what? 4. So this is your process and this is your seconds, this is your burst time and this is your priority. Your P1 should execute how many seconds? To make it what here? 3 seconds. If you want to make it 3 seconds, how much time it has to execute is 3 seconds. So if P1 is going to execute 3 seconds, left out with what? 3 seconds. So P1 will execute for how many seconds here? 3 seconds. Hope you are clear. Now at 3 seconds, which all process can execute? Your P1 can execute, your P2 can execute, your P3 can execute. Okay, P1 is having burst time of 3, P2 is having burst time of 5, P3 is having burst time of 3. But I need to check what? Priority. It is having 4, it is having 2, it is having 6. Larger number is given the highest priority. Among this, at third second, which is having more priority? At third second, P1, P2, P3, everything can execute. Which is having highest priority? Larger number. That is your 6. I am given in the question. Larger number is given the highest priority. Till how many seconds it has to execute? Till how many seconds it has to execute? To make it your 5 seconds. So to make 5 seconds, which can execute? Which can execute? Your P2 process. Sorry, P3 process has to execute to make what? 5 seconds. So it is having burst time of 3. From 3 to make it 5, it should execute how many seconds here? 2 seconds. So if it is going to execute 2 seconds, that is your P3 is going to execute for 2 seconds to make it what? To make 5 seconds. Hope you are clear now. At 5 seconds, which all process can execute? At 5 seconds, which all process can execute is P1, P2, P3 not completed, and also what? Your P4. Also your P4. What is the burst time left out? 3. It is 5. Here it is 1. Left out 1. P4 requires 5. And just go with the priority. It is having 4. It is having 2. It is having 6. And P4 is having what? 3. Now no more process will come after 5 seconds. Just go with non-preemptive priority. Which is having more priority is P3 first. So P3 will execute for how many seconds? 1 second left out. 6 seconds. Hope you got it. 6 seconds. Next, larger number is which one? Your 4. P1. P1 will execute for what? 3 seconds. P1 will execute for 3 seconds. 6 plus 3 is how much? 9. Next larger number is what? 3. So P4. How many seconds? 5 seconds. So P5. 5 seconds if you execute. Burst time will become what? 14. Done. Left out what? P2. Priority is 2. Burst time is how much? 5. If you execute, what is the time? 5. 14 plus 5 is 19. So I need to get 19 here. Just check it out. 6 plus 5, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. That you need to get at the end. So this is your preemptive priority, but I have given larger number is given the highest priority. Now to calculate completion time, P1 is here, P1 is here. I should consider which one, right? P1 completion time is how much here? 9. P1 9. P2 is how much? 19. P3 2 where it is there. I should consider right one towards right. P3 completion time is how much? 6. So next P4. So I'll just written P5. Okay, that is your P4 is how much here? It is 14. It is how much here? 14. That's it. Hope you understood. Okay. Now turnaround time, completion time minus arrival time. 9 minus 0 is 9. 19 minus 3, it is 16. 6 minus 3 is 3. 14 minus 5 is 9. This is your turnaround time for each process. Waiting time. turnaround time minus burst time. 9 minus 6, 3. 16 minus 5, it is 11. 3 minus 3 is 0. 9 minus 5 is 4. Now average waiting time, P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 divided by 4. So 3 plus 11 plus 0 plus 4 divided by 4. Average turnaround time, 9 plus 16 plus 3 plus 9 divided by 4. So I will just calculate how much I will get. So for average turnaround time is 18. I will get 18 divided by 4. I will get 4.7 milliseconds. If I add all these things, I will calculate. I will get 37 divided by 4, something 9.75 milliseconds. You add and check it out. You divide and check it out. Whatever you get, I'll get at most 9.75 milliseconds. So this is your preemptive priority scheduling algorithm. Whenever they give arrival time, but consider I have just given larger numbers given the highest priority. I'll take one more example. Thank you.